it's Nikki here from Transport Evolved. Welcome to a very short take two video. So we've been working on an update to the 2013 Nissan Leaf that my wife and I own. It's lost 2 of its capacity bars. The real world range test that we carried out last week revealed a real world achievable range of between 55 and 65 miles, depending on the weather and the terrain and everything else. And would have been about 4 days ago now, we got a phone call from our local Nissan garage. They said, you know, we're really desperate to find used Nissan Leafs that we can sell on. And so we're willing to pay a premium to customers who will trade their car in or sell their car to us. So we said, okay, just, you know, for as we say, shits and giggles. We went down this afternoon to get the car appraised, and we gave them the keys. They disappeared. They came back, and we did some research before we left, and I think we discovered the Kelly Blue Book value for our car was what, 5.5 grand, something like that. And the various other websites that we looked at appraised the car value, you know, mid-5 to low-6 grand. Now, the way that Nissan talked about this, the way they got us down to look at to have them look at the car was, you know, we're willing to pay above, we're, you know, really keen to buy these cars or pay more than we normally would. And they appraised the car. We came back. Would anybody like to guess how much they want to pay? They wanted to pay us for our car. Have a guess. We're going to need the next right, aren't we? How many miles do we have on the Leaf? 75,489 miles. 75,490 miles. So have a guess how many greenbacks they wanted to pay us for our Leaf. It's kind of funny because they're really desperate to buy used Leafs because they don't have any used Leafs to sell. Keep guessing, Aaron. That was, yeah. Anybody else like to guess? Because that was hilarious. My wife praised me for not bursting out laughing. You're not far off. They wanted to give us 4.5 grand. 4.5 grand for a car that has, you know, 75,490 miles on the clock, has lost 2 capacity bars. He was very complimentary. He's like, oh wow, yeah, I was really surprised you've only lost 2 capacity bars at that mileage. And we're like, yeah. And then he came back with, yeah, 4.5 grand. And we're like, really? Really, really, really? So that was funny. And I've got some, you know, I've got some thoughts about why Nissan is doing this, why Nissan is offering to buy back people's cars. And my theory goes thus: the Nissan dealership that we were at had 4 Nissan pickups in the showroom, nothing else, no other cars, just 4 Nissan pickups in the showroom. The used car area was pretty much all Nissan pickups, as was the new car area. I saw 1 Nissan Leaf. It was a demo. It was sitting out front, ready for a demonstration. But that was the only Leaf that I saw, other than another Leaf that was in the used car section. And I think what's happening is Nissan Leaf owners are turning their cars back, and the cars are either going back to auction sites or they are trading them in for new vehicles. So they're trading them in for a Chevy Volt, a Chevy Bolt, a Tesla Model 3, and they will soon be turning them in for cars like the Kona Electric, etc, etc. And I think what that means is that Nissan is not getting access to the used cars that it once did, and so its dealerships are desperate to sell these older Leafs if they can get them for stupidly low prices. Now, if we owned the car outright, I think we may have taken maybe 5, maybe 6, but there's still like a year left on our finance and whatnot, and so the amount that they were prepared to offer us just wasn't worth saying yes to, especially if you consider that this car still gets, you know, between 55 and 65 miles of real world range in decent conditions. It's a great little commuter car. It's still really solid. There's nothing wrong with it, and so that's a very good informational kind of addendum to our Leaf update, which will be coming hopefully next week. There aren't a huge number of new Nissan Leafs in this area. I mean, I see a lot of Bolts, I see a lot of Model 3s, I see a lot of i3s. There was a Volkswagen e-Golf just literally went past me on the other side of the road, but I don't see a whole lot of the new Leafs, and I think that's probably because a lot of people who own EVs are just upgrading to non-Nissan models, and it would be interesting to see how that kind of floats out in the future, especially if you add in the fact that Nissan didn't spend really any money on advertising its Leaf in the last 12 months. So I guess we'll find out what happens next, eh? Anyway, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe. Follow the other main channel and support us using Patreon and all those other good things. There'll be another video coming out later on this weekend with any luck, but until then, thanks for watching. Keep evolving.